You looking kinda cute, hey, in that polka dot bikini, girl. Hey, this what I wanna do. What? Take off that polka dot bikini, girl.
What's going on? For you that don't know me, my name is Kayla Fournier, and today I'm going to show you how to make these wicked cute beaded bikini tops. And I'm going to be using a size 4mm hook. I suggest that size or a size 3.5mm, no bigger. And make sure you're using 100% cotton yarn. Either the brand Tahki is good, or Cascade Yarns Ultra Pima, 100% Pima cottons. That's a very good brand of yarn to use for bikinis. So those are my suggestions for you to make this bikini. And if it's 100% cotton, it's waterproof and it can go in the water, not a problem. You can't really see through these stitches, but if you want, you can always use a fabric, just cut out like a triangle from nylons or some old used tights, and you can sew them on your bikini if you're just afraid of your nipple showing or whatever. But guys, be sure to like this video for me and comment and let me know what you thought. And if you have any tutorial suggestions for me that you would like me to show you how to do, and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials and more bikini tutorials and all kinds of beach themed things that you can make. And as always guys, be sure to click the link below to discover how I make a living online, because I'm looking for 10 new people who want to discover how to make a full-time income online. And I'm going to help as many people as I can to do this, but I want 10 serious people that are willing to do whatever it takes so that they can do what I do, which is be at home with my baby boy all the time and enjoy my passion, which is helping others work from home and doing crochet tutorials, teaching others to do crochet, because it's what I love to do best. So as always guys, I really hope you enjoy this video, and just if you want to connect with me personally, my Facebook link is below also, and I look forward to just meeting new people and whatnot. So I really hope you enjoy this video, and just thank you so much for watching.
So to start off, we're going to do our slip knot, and then we're going to chain 14. And you want to make sure you do this nice and tight so it's not loose fitting. So I'm making a size B bikini top. If you're making a size A or B, do 14 chains. If you're making a C, I suggest you do 17 chains. Or if you're making a size D, do 18 chains. So this is a size B. So now I'm just going to do double half crochet into the the fourth chain from the loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to do a double crochet in each loop all the way down to the end. So once we get to the last loop, we're going to do a double crochet and then another double crochet into the same loop. So 2 double crochets into the same chain stitch, and then we're going to chain 1 and do 2 more double crochets into the same chain space, and this is going to make an increase. And then do a double crochet into each loop going all the way across. So we make sure we go into this one right here. And just keep your stitches nice and tight. So we're just going to go all the way back down to the end. Okay, so I did double crochets all the way to the end, and now we're going to do our next row, and we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to turn our work around and do a double crochet into each each chain space going all the way across. And then once we get to the end where we did the chain 1 space, we're going to do an increase there as well. So chain 1 each row. Once we get to this chain 1 space, right in there we're going to do 2 double crochets and a chain 1, 2 double crochets, and go back down. And we're going to keep doing this for to go back and forth for a total of 8 rows. If you're doing a size A, you should do 7 rows. If you're doing a size C, do a 9, and a size D, do 10. I've done 8 rows of double crochets to make my size B bikini, and now once we get to the end here, we're going to chain 3 and then turn our work around, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the same chain space right there, the first chain space, and then do another chain in the next chain space, and then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to skip 2 chains, and we're going to do 3 double crochets into the third chain space. And we're going to keep doing that all the way to the top. So again, chain 1, 3 double crochets into the third chain space, and do that until you get all the way to the top. Okay, so I made it all the way to the top, and then I chained 1, and then we're going to continue to just do our increase like before into this chain 1 space. So just do 2 double crochets as we did before into this space, and then chain 1, and then 2 more double crochets into the same chain 1 space. And then we're going to continue the same thing all the way down to the end. Chain 1, skip 2 chains, go into the third one, 3 double crochets, all the way till we get to the bottom. Okay, so I made it back to the end again, and I chained 1, and then again the third loop, chain 1, and then in that next loop, chain 1 space, I'm just gonna do 2 chain double crochets. Okay, now we're gonna chain 3, turn our work around, and then do another double crochet into that same hole, and then we're just gonna skip over to the next chain 1 space and do 3 double crochets, and this time we're not going to chain 1 in between each 3 double crochets. So just go right into that space and do 3 double crochets, and then go into the next one, 3 more double crochets. And so this row we're not doing 1 chain between each one. It kind of gives it a more makes it more like fitted and tight around the breast. So go all the way up to the top doing the same thing. We made it to the top, and now we're going to do 2 double crochets into the chain 1 space, and now we're going to do 140 chains, and this is going to form the strap of the bikini. So once we do 140 chains, we're going to skip 2 chains and do a single crochet into every chain, going all the way back down till we get to this point. So once you've done 140 single crochets all the way back down, you're going to finish doing your 2 double crochets into that same chain 1 space as before, and then you're just going to work your way back down like we did before, doing 3 double crochets into each chain 1 space without doing a chain 1 space in between each one. And once we make it back down, we're just going to finish off, and then you're going to make your second part of the bikini. Just do this all over again so you can have your 2 bikini parts, and then I'm going to show you how to attach them. But once you do your the second one, make sure you do not fasten off. Okay, so once you've finished your second part, don't fasten off. We're going to chain 3. This is going to start to form the bottom. Oops. And then we're just going to start doing double crochets all the way along the bottom of this, just going into each space across. Just doing double crochets until we get all the way to the end of the bikini. Once you do your double crochets all the way to the other side, you're going to chain 3. And you want to make sure that this is facing the front way, like this. So grab your other part of your bikini and just make sure it's the front part, which is this. Like, you can tell that this is the back stitch, so that's going to be the back of the bikini, and this will be the front. So make sure that both these are facing downwards. And so once you chain 3, you're going to now do a double crochet attaching to the other side. So just go into the loop. Make sure you do it nice and tight. And then just do the same thing and continue to do your double crochets in each stitch going all the way across to the other side. And we're going to end up doing 3 rows of double crochets along this bikini. So once we go to the other side, we're going to chain 3, turn around, do double crochets, working our way back, and make sure, and then we're going to be doing double crochets going into each of these chain 1 spaces, because that's what attaches the bikini. So a total of 3 rows. So after this row, we're going to do 2 more rows of double crochets going back and forth. Okay, so I've done 3 rows of double crochets, and now once we get to the end here, we're going to chain 3, turn our work around, do a double crochet into the first chain 1 space, and then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to skip total of 3 spaces, and we're going to do double crochet into the 4th chain space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet into the 4th space, and we're going to do 3 double crochets into that same space, and then chain 1 again, skip 3, go into the 4th one, do 3 more double crochets. We're going to do the same thing all the way down to the other end, and then once we're done, we're going to do the same thing all over again and just go into each chain 1 space with 3 double crochets. So you're going to have a total of 3 rows of these. So do a total of 3 rows, and we'll finish the rest. Okay, so I did finished my 3 rows, and this is what it should look like. And now we're going to form the straps. Okay, so you're going to do 3 slip stitches to work your way over to here. So just slip stitch your way across into these stitches. Do about 3. And then start doing about 15 single crochets across. Actually, about 12. And then we're going to chain 1, turn our work around, and then we're going to be doing decreases. So we're going to skip the first stitch here and just single crochet right into the second one and go all the way across, and then we're going to skip the second to last stitch to do a decrease. So we decrease on both sides. So go all the way to the other end, and then skip this second to last stitch and go right into the last stitch, and then chain 1, turn your work around, and then we're going to single crochet into every stitch. In this round we're not going to decrease, so you're going to decrease on each end every other round. So I made it to the end, and this is what it should look like. And so now we're going to do the string of the strap, and so we're going to do about 180 chains. And then once you do 180 chains, skip the first 2 chains and do a single crochet into the third chain, going all the way down. And once you come back here, you're just gonna slip stitch it into this stitch to form the strap. And then once you do that, you're gonna do the same thing on the other side, and make sure it is in the same place as this strap. Okay, so I finished both of my straps on each side, and for all the loose ends and tails that you have, just take a needle like this and just sew them into the stitches just so you can hide them, and then just snip off the extra. I already did that, but doing that just gives it a cleaner cut so you can't really see where any of your loose ends are, because if you just tie it and then snip it, it's just going to be sticking out. So it's best if you sew it through the stitches so it can blend in. Alright, now we're going to put on the beads. Okay, so now we're going to do the bottom part. And take your bikini and make sure the front is facing you, facing downwards, and you're going to start over here and just slip stitch into the first stitch down here, and then you're going to chain 15 . And then you're going to skip over to the 10th stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to just slip stitch into the 10th stitch there. And then you're going to do the same thing again. Chain 15, skip 10 stitches, slip stitch into the 10th stitch until you get all the way across to the other side, and then you're going to fasten off. Okay, so I did a total of 8 sections of these. If you're doing a different size, you may have a few more, and you may have to do more chains or spaces, but you can always change it and make it however you want. Do the beads, and before you start crocheting, put all the beads on the string, and then you're going to attach your string to your to your hook. And it's going to be for a total of 7 beads for this size B. But if you want, you can always just change it. Okay guys, so I slid all 7 of my beads on my string. So I'm using a fairly good size bead. If you're using something smaller, I suggest you do more of these. Do less chains and skip less amount of chains, and you could have a nice pattern of small beads. Okay, so Again, we're going to make sure the front is facing us, facing downwards, and we're going to be starting right here. So now we're going to slip stitch. We're going to count up 8 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the 8th one we're just going to slip stitch into the chain. And we're going to then chain 8. Okay, once you chain 8, you're going to slide up your first bead, and you're going to do a chain around that to lock it into place, and then you're going to chain 8 once again. And then you're going to slip stitch into the next section, 8 chains up, and we're just going to continue this, going all the way back down till all the beads are on the bikini. Alright guys, so I finished my bikini and I put on all my beads. This is the finished product, and I also added these beads in the middle too to give it a little more zazz and make it look fancy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please give it a like and comment and let me know what you thought, and if you have any suggestions on tutorials that I could do for you. And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome bikini tutorials and other beach things and all kinds of stuff. And don't forget to click the link below if you want to be one of the 10 people who want to work with me to find out how you can make a full-time or even a part-time income online, and how you can just fit in your crochet to your daily life schedule and do it whenever you please. So guys, have a wonderful day and thank you for watching.